Hello, everyone. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. Thank you so much for joining me today because we have some very exciting General Hospital news to talk about, and it's definitely worth the wait. Let me tell you something, folks. I've been following General Hospital longer than some of you have been alive, and right now my heart is just breaking for young Jocelyn Jacks. That girl is stuck over at Windermere, locked away in that big cold stone castle sitting out on the water. You know, the kind of place all fancy on the outside, but feels like a prison when you're trapped inside with nothing but four walls and your own thoughts keeping you company. Day after day, she's got all this time to sit there alone. And the longer it goes on, the more I can see her sinking deeper into that heavy loneliness. It starts off as just missing her family and friends, but pretty soon it turns into real despair, the kind that makes your chest feel tight and your hopes start to fade. I've seen it happen to good people in real life. You know, just when you're cut off from everybody who loves you, the silence gets louder than any noise. Poor Jocelyn's probably staring out those windows at the waves, wondering if she'll ever get back to her life again. It tugs at my heartstrings something fierce. And here's what really worries me. They might do to her what they did to Anna Devane. Remember how they slipped something into Anna's system to keep her quiet? I sure hope they don't go that route with Jocelyn. She's already carrying so much on her young shoulders. But with Cash's phase on, the man who used to be Nathan West, played by that handsome Ryan Pavey, things are complicated. He doesn't want to kill the girl if he can help it. Deep down, I think there's still a piece of him that remembers what it means to be decent. But at the same time, he can't just open the door and let her walk free. She knows too much. He's stuck between a rock and a hard place, and right now Jocelyn is the one paying for it. I keep thinking she's going to start losing her cool before too long. Not completely losing her mind, maybe, but enough to show she's only human. Being locked up like that with nobody to talk to, no fresh air, no warm hugs from the people you love, it wears on a person. She might have moments where she yells at the walls or cries until she can't cry anymore. That kind of isolation tests even the strongest souls. But here's the part that gets me excited and nervous all at the same time. What if she starts getting visitors, just like Anna did? You remember how Anna had all those vivid dreams and hallucinations while she was being held? Her mind brought back Liesel Obrecht, Peter August, and even that old devil Caesar Faison. It was like her past came knocking on the door of her mind, whether she wanted it or not. Lord, I wonder what kind of ghosts are waiting inside Jocelyn's head. A girl her age has already been through so much. Lost love, family drama, betrayals that cut deep. Maybe she'll see the faces of people she's loved and lost. Maybe she'll come face to face with her own mistakes or the people who hurt her the most. Those hallucinations could be gentle at first, like sweet memories of her mama Carly or her brother, but then they might turn dark and scary. That's what makes this storyline so powerful. It's not just about being locked up physically. It's about the prison your own mind can become when you're left alone too long. Watching all this unfold, I sit in my chair every afternoon shaking my head and talking back to the TV like an old fool. Come on, Jocelyn, stay strong, darling, I say. Don't let them break you. That's the beauty of the show after all these years. The writers know how to make you care so much about these characters that they feel like family. You laugh with them, cry with them, and right now, I'm just hoping and praying that somehow, some way, this girl finds her way. We all get locked away in our own little Windermere sometimes. Maybe by sickness, by heartbreak, or just by circumstances we can't control. But the ones who make it through are the ones who hold on to hope, even when it's slipping through their fingers. That's why I keep tuning in, because no matter how dark the story gets, General Hospital always finds a way to bring a little hope back into the light. And right now I'm rooting hard for Jocelyn to do exactly that. Oh, speaking of Jocelyn stuck there in that lonely Windermere prison, my mind keeps drifting to who might show up in her thoughts to keep her going. Dex Heller and Cyrus Renault could both play a part in this mess, sure, but I've got this strong feeling the story's opening the door for something even bigger, a chance to bring Morgan Corinthos back, even if it's just in her mind. Wouldn't that be something? Picture this, Jocelyn sitting there, feeling more hopeless by the hour, when suddenly her big brother Morgan appears right in front of her. Not the real one, of course, but clear as day in one of those vivid hallucinations, just like Anna saw her old ghosts. He looks at her with that same warm, steady smile he always had and tells her straight, "Don't you give up, Joss. Not now, not ever." Lord, I can almost hear his voice saying it. Morgan was always the one who knew how to lift people up even when things looked darkest. You know, Sonny's had those little nudges and feelings from Morgan before, like his son was still watching over the family. This time, it might be Jocelyn's turn to feel that same comfort. She loved Morgan so much he was her hero, her protector. Even if it's only her mind playing tricks, seeing him again would light a spark in her heart and make her smile through the tears. I bet she'd reach out like she could actually touch him, hanging on to every word he says. And Morgan wouldn't just comfort her, he'd push her too. He'd remind her how strong she is and that their mama Carly couldn't bear to lose another child. You've got to fight your way out of this, sis, he'd say, for mom, for the whole family. That kind of brotherly love, even imagined, could be exactly what Jocelyn needs to start thinking clearer and looking for a way to break free. I'll be honest with you, watching this unfold has me hoping the writers really do bring Morgan back in some way. Even if it's only through Jocelyn's dreams and hallucinations for now, it would mean the world to longtime fans like me. That boy left such a hole in the show when he was gone. Seeing him again, even for a little while, would feel like welcoming an old friend home. This whole storyline is hitting me right in the feels. It shows how family never really leaves us, even in our darkest, loneliest moments. They live on inside our hearts and sometimes show up exactly when we need them most. I'm sitting here every day, rooting hard for Jocelyn and secretly praying we get to see more of Morgan lighting up that screen again. What about you? Wouldn't you love to have Morgan Corinthos back on General Hospital, even if it's just for moments like these? Oh, and one more thing that's been rolling around in my head lately. I keep wondering what kind of ghostly visitors Jocelyn might start imagining while she's stuck all alone out there on Spoon Island. That old castle already has such a heavy, eerie feeling to it, with the wind howling off the water and those thick stone walls closing in. A young woman left with nothing but silence for company. Her mind's bound to start playing tricks on her sooner or later. Maybe she'll see her daddy Jax, showing up with that charming smile, telling her to stay strong like he always did. Or perhaps Michael will appear, looking worried, reminding her she's got a whole family waiting for her back home. Lord, I hope she sees Morgan again. That would be the one that really warms my heart. But it could get darker too. She might come face to face with some of the painful memories she's tried to bury, old betrayals, people who let her down, or even the shadows of danger she's faced before. One minute it feels like a warm hug from the past. The next it turns into something that scares her half to death. Those hallucinations could be a blessing and a curse all at once, helping her hold on while also pushing her closer to the edge. It's the kind of powerful storytelling that makes you feel everything right along with her. Anyway, Jocelyn is in a real tough spot right now, folks. Locked away like that, day after day, with no clear way out. It's enough to test anybody's spirit. My heart aches for that girl every time I think about it. She's young. She's been through so much already. And now this. It just doesn't seem fair. But that's what keeps me coming back to General Hospital. The writers know how to put these characters through the fire, but they also know how to show us their strength. So I sure hope you'll keep watching right along with me. We'll stay glued to the screen together and catch every little update, how long they keep her trapped in that castle, what clever tricks she might come up with to outsmart Cassius, and whether she finally finds her way back to freedom. Because from what I'm hearing, Jocelyn's got a few surprises up her sleeve. She's a smart one, that girl. She might try to talk her way out, play mind games with him, or wait for just the right moment to make a move. But she's got to be so careful, real careful. Cassius isn't someone you want to underestimate. One wrong step, and things could turn even uglier than they already are. I'll be sitting here in my favorite chair every afternoon, cheering her on like she's one of my own. Come on, Jocelyn, honey. Dig deep. Don't let him win. That's what I love about this show. After all these years, it reminds us that even in the darkest, loneliest times, there's still hope, still family, and still a reason to keep fighting. Can't wait to see how this all unfolds. Stick with me, friends. The best part might be just around the corner.